everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to talk about the DJI Osmo Action 4 that I was using while I was in California riding the wedge and traveling around. I really wanted to put this camera through its paces in some of the activities that I did in my everyday life. In this video, I'll be talking about the vlog style recording, dolphin watching, wave clips, the mics, as well as some bodyboarding POVs. First off, when it comes to recording in the vlog style format, this was always a really clear video, making it easy for me to edit. Along with this quality of picture, the mics also allowed for perfect audio capture.
Here we are in the world of Laguna Beach.
And I didn't really miss any of the action in or out of the water. When it came to filming things around me, including dolphins swimming off the bow of the boat, this was probably some of the best footage that I've captured with an action camera. Being in the water with the DJI Osmo Action 4 at the beginning was really challenging due to the fact that the camera lens held a lot of water droplets. It took me a while to get the lens clean to the point where I was confident enough to use it more often. However, when I started to use this camera, the clips were really good. There were some really cool clips of me bodyboarding at the wedge, as well as handheld clips of some of the guys body surfing. The footage that you get out of this camera, whether it be underwater clips or in the water, really did look amazing. I mostly used the 4K 120, which made it slow motion and some decent stabilization using the DJI's Rock Steady feature. When it came to the tech behind this camera, probably the best thing for me would have to be the clips and the mounts. There is an interchangeable magnetic mount, which makes it super easy to change from your pole mount to your mouth mount, or even going into the vertical video. This means you're not having to unscrew the mounts every time, but rather just using the magnets to go into different mounts or from the native to vertical video. At first I thought this magnetic system might not be strong enough to take the abuse of the waves, but it turns out that this mount is extremely strong and held on pretty well. The DJI pole, which allowed me to extend the camera and get shots like the ones of the dolphins on the front of the boat, or just simply get shots in the vlog style recording. The battery life on this camera lasted way longer than I needed. I did receive 3 batteries in this kit I got sent, which meant that even if I did run out of one battery, I still had 2 spare batteries to go. The other thing I noticed was the capture mode was extremely fast. From the camera being off to recording, it did that in no time, and for someone like me who is catching waves or going last minute, it helped me not to miss anything. Navigating a different action camera menu was probably the most challenging part of using the Osmo Action 4. But this just allowed me to use the camera in the simplest way. The 2 frame rates that I mostly used was the 4K 120, which is a 16:9 frame, and this allowed for some pretty impressive slow motion, as well as decent stabilization using the Rock Steady. This gives you an ultra wide 155-degree field of view, which means you won't miss much. I also used the 4K 60, which is a 4:3 frame, which was impressive and allows for you to get the vertical clips as well as your standard horizontal clips. This means that if you're someone like me who is posting Instagram Reels as well as long-form YouTube videos, you can still use the same clips without having to change the angle of the camera all the time. Lastly, let's talk about 2 issues that I faced with the DJI Osmo Action 4. The lens was probably the hardest thing to deal with, trying to clear off the hydrophobic coating. It was only about 2 weeks into the trip, after using the camera several times, that I was able to really get the film off the lens and clear the water droplets. This was a lot of trial and error, using heat as well as cleaning the camera multiple times to get it to where I felt comfortable and confident using it in the water. And then probably the biggest issue that I had was the doors of the camera getting stuck closed from sand. Even though I am really good about cleaning my cameras after being in the ocean, I felt that this was still a big issue for me. This meant that I could not even open the door for the battery or the memory card, as well as the door for the charging point on the camera. With a lot of work in tapping the clips on both of these doors, I managed to eventually get the battery door open. Other than these small issues that I found, I was pleasantly surprised with how well this camera worked. It did everything that I need in an action camera to do, and it did it extremely well. I was pretty blown away by the quality of video that I saw coming out of this camera. The extended battery life, as well as the magnetic mounts and the quickness of the capture mode, really stood out to me. This is a camera that I felt did extremely well filming bodyboard POVs, as well as it being a decent camera that is lightweight, versatile, and can be used in all scenarios. A huge thanks to DJI for sending this Osmo Action 4 out to me, and I really look forward to using it more in the future. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you have, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.